Where are y'all from?
We're in Groves High School.
I grew up in Groves. I went to P&G. I graduated there about a few years ago. So what class is it? Civics? Or history? Or government? Or what? Oh, there's a criminal justice. We didn't have that back then. Good. I'm glad that they've done that sort of thing. So, what do y'all think? Here we are in a courtroom, and it's not like Law and Order television, is it? Law and Order, I can't even watch. They're very great actors, but it's fictional.
Anything else?
And this is real life. And the people who are able to be here, or Zoom or YouTube, we're on Zoom and YouTube, and I run into people all the time who say, wow, this is different from television, and this is real. And you get smarter when you're learning what's real and not what's fictional. But the great thing about law is you can do almost anything with a law degree, or being in law, almost anything except practice medicine. And sometimes I'm thinking maybe I should have gone to medical school, but this is what I was supposed to do. And who knew? Yeah, as you're going through, I went to Van Buren Elementary and Woodlawn, and then Port Neches Groves, and then Lamar University. I graduated Lamar, then went to University of Texas, and I went to law school at the University of Houston, and then picked up my master's at Syracuse University in social science. Point being there is I'm not a genius. I didn't invent the theory of relativity like Einstein or something, but I believe that education is the key to success, and it opened doors of opportunity. And I say, if you can do it, do something you like. And there's always some kind of an educational facility that will help you be the best in that field. But pick something you like. And in law, people have law degrees and they never even practice law, but they're able to do other things. They enjoy doing other things with law. So it's a social science, not a hard science. And it is all about helping people, though, like similar to medical. You help people. And these are people who make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But we try to help people get back on their feet so that they don't make those same mistakes again. Sometimes it's frustrating because we see people over and over again, some people. And for whatever reason, it's a work in progress. But there's still enough people who make mistakes, pick themselves up, fix the mistake, and move on and be the best people they can be. And that's what's rewarding about what we do here. And I always point to the flag here with the Constitution. And we have two great principles. The Declaration of Independence in 1776, which declared us to be free people. And it's very remarkable about that because it talks about our Creator, divine providence, nature's God, and all of those people believed in whatever religion you believe in. There's a Creator out there that we kind of have trust in, who put all this together, and then here we are to make the most of it. And our Creator gave us, according to the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It was called property at the time. People who were instituting new countries that were democratic republics, like the United States became, they called it life, liberty, and property. That was what the enlightened thought was. Those were things that people should have. And we changed, Thomas Jefferson changed it to the pursuit of happiness, because he felt like, let's say you wanted to have a home. Well, it's not the end game that our Creator is presenting. It is endowing us with. That is the home or a car, whatever it is, a wagon back then, or a horse, whatever. But it's the right to pursue your dream. You have a right to dream something good and go for that. And so life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is wrapped up in the pursuit to get property that you may have a dream to have. like a second home or a first home or a car or something like that. But it started out with those principles, and that was kind of neat that they believed in a higher guiding set of principles. And then 1787, we became a country. 13 colonies became one, and they met in Philadelphia and hammered out this Constitution. And it's 4,000 words, but it's the kind of thing that all countries who are democratic republics use our same preamble. In fact, the state of Texas, which became a country, in 1840 something, we won our independence in 1836, but the preamble is the exact same. We, the people of the United States or Texas, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide a common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity. Those 5 things are fairness, peace, helping others, bravery, and living our lives so that our children and your children will have even better lives. We sacrifice so that a better future. Those are the 5 elements of this country. Pretty neat. Take your hat off.
That's not mine.
Who's got the hat? Take the hat. Thank you. You can sit outside, ma'am. You can sit outside for a second. I ordered you to be outside. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, with the hat. Thank you. You know, criticize the court when he's enforcing rules. You got a lot to learn about rules, apparently.
He doesn't speak any English. He
kind of stumbled on that word, didn't you?
Yeah, when he had come to my hall, I misspoke. I said wife.
Who is?
Not the wife.
Who are you,
Cousin-in-law.
So,
ma'am?
Cousin-in-law.
Well, really? That's about okay. Well,
she's the one
that's
that came to the office.
close enough for government work, right?
That's it.
You are Jorge Lopez. Okay.
And Judge, if you don't mind, I'm not.
This is an initial appearance, and what is your full name?
Ashley Books.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will interpret into Spanish, I guess is the language he understands, from English, and from Spanish to English, so that the court reporter and all of us can understand his answers after I give him these questions? Will you do that, so help you God, correctly?
Yes, sir.
Lower your hand. And when you tell me what he's saying, just speak exactly what he says. Sometimes that sounds awkward, but just say exactly what he says, okay? Are you Jorge Lopez?
You is Jorge Lopez? Yes.
Good. Oh, you caught on very well. We can use some interpreters here, so I might get you on the list. Sir, you are charged with the 3rd-degree felony of deadly conduct. You are facing, if convicted, up to 10 years in prison. What do you say?
He said, okay.
Okay, good. This is very serious.
Yes,
Mr. Adams is your attorney.
yes,
What do you want to do today, Mr. Adams?
Today, Mr. Ham did give me discovery. She's volunteered, so I'm not gonna ask the court to appoint an interpreter. She's gonna do it for free, so it's gonna save the county some money on that. And she's gonna stay the whole case free of charge. So, Mr. Ham has given me the discovery. I just need her to translate that because I can't translate it to him.
Okay, so you're asking
No, I'm
for
just asking
4?
for you know.
Okay, I'm going to reset this 4 weeks. And it's very important to follow your attorney's advice. Get a resetting from that lady. Thank you. Malachi Hughes.
You just need to sign like.
Malachi Hughes. Yeah. You are Malachi Hughes?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Adams is your attorney,
Okay, I think this is how they're.
correct?
No, my attorney.
Have you ever met him?
No, not.
Oh, okay.
He just.
Oh, well, shit. Well, he's a very good lawyer. You must have told someone at the jail, one of the magistrates, that you were going to hire your own lawyer. Are you able to hire her? Are you own lawyer?
Just call back and we call you out.
There are several hundred lawyers around here. You can't turn without running into them. So they're easy to find, but he's an attorney. Before, I'm going to allow him to represent you at the cost of the taxpayers, which is not fair to the taxpayers. If you're in trouble, you got to take care of your own trouble, like I do, like everybody does. That's the rule. And taxpayers don't like to pay taxes so other people can ride the free train of legal help when they get in trouble, unless some folks are just unable to pay, and that happens. And we try to help them get back on their feet so they can become independent rather than dependent. Dependent isn't not what we're all about. This is independence. We're independent people. But some people always need help from time to time. And that's what we're here to do, is get you independent. Do you work somewhere? How are you going to hire your own? It says we'll hire our own. How would you do that? Through your family or something? Well, your family shouldn't be paying for your mistakes. You're a grown up. What are you, 19?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You've been a grown up now for over a year, and you got to take care of your own business if you're getting a mistake. And you've got a couple of mistakes, 3 of them that are disturbing. You're charged in 23 CR 963 with the 3rd-degree felony of deadly conduct by knowingly discharging a firearm in the direction of individual. You're also charged with the same offense. I guess it's another person.
Yes, Your Honor, that was the
Who?
3 individuals at that scene.
Well, there's only 2 discharges. I've got an aggravated assault on the other.
And yes, sir.
And these are 2 third-degree felonies, which means you're facing up to 10 years in prison for each case. 20 years added. Plus, we've got an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on that same event. And it looks like there's a 3rd individual who is a complainant. And this person was shot by you, apparently.
That's correct, Your Honor, in the foot.
And if convicted of this, you're looking at up to 20 years in prison. So total, you're looking at up to 40 years in prison. And these, if you go to prison, you're going to, it looks like under these statutes here, you would have to serve at least 50% of any prison sentence before you are paroled. So that's very serious. What are his bonds on those first 2, please? You've got a bond of $75,000 on the aggravated assault, and the other 2 deadly conducts are how much? Hold on, I'm asking her. I'm not showing it in this file what his bonds are in those cases.
Had a $75,000 bond.
He's got 3 cases. But he's got 75,000. I did that one. because that's my handwriting on that case. But I haven't seen these other two. I don't know who.
I'm about to pull it.
If it's 75,000, I wouldn't bet it would be Benjamin Collins.
Well, I mean, for aggravated assault when somebody's shot. Yeah, on each one?
I'm gonna check the other one, but on the first one, yes.
No, I know. Okay, go ahead.
It said the deadly conducts.
The two deadly conduct.
Right. So the 0963 was 75,000.
We got a new system that's so fast now that it takes 10 minutes.
75,000.
All three are 75?
Yes, sir.
That's 200. That's almost $250,000 in bonds. Who posted your bonds?
Well,
Your father did? You owe him a lot. That's a fortune for most people. That's just getting you out of jail for whatever mess you got yourself into. That's nothing to do with dealing with the dispositions in this case. Well, you can, if you have access to funds where you can post almost $250,000, then you can go hire your own lawyer. He's a good lawyer. He can get hired too. And where do you live? In Beaumont? Yeah. But I'm going to keep him handy for you to refer to and call if you need any advice. But if you can afford to post $250,000 bond, which very few people in this court can do who come to this court, then you can hire your own lawyer. The taxpayers aren't going to pay for your lawyer. I'm going to give you 4 weeks to get a lawyer on that. Now, okay, what do you do during the day if you're not employed and you're a grown up? What do you do other than getting arrested?
Pick up metal, bring to
Sir?
the yard. Pick up metal.
Collect metal?
Yeah. And Uber Eats, DoorDash.
All right.
All time for fishing.
Yes, sir. All right. You've got 4 weeks. I'm going to ask you to get a resetting here. Take a seat before you leave. You got to do something, and then you can get information from Mr. Adams so you can call him if you need to. And if you want to hire him, certainly he's more than available, and he's a very good lawyer. All right, get a resetting 4 weeks. Aaron Simpson, David Grove.
Yes, sir.
Get a resetting and then sit in the jury box. Thank you. Aaron Simpson, what are we going to do on Aaron Simpson, please?
Your Honor, could I have a little bit of time with him? I haven't met him.
Are you Aaron Simpson?
Yes, sir.
There he is.
Yes, sir.
I always enjoy having the lawyers meet their clients for the first time. I get a kick out of bringing them together, as it were.
Well, thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Sir,
I'm looking,
is this your copy?
Mr. Simpson, I'm looking at this affidavit of indigence that you signed when you were, it says you have zero income. Is that right? How do you exist? I mean, who feeds you? Who clothes you? Who puts you in a home to sleep in? That kind of stuff. I mean, who does that? Who has zero money and is an adult? I don't know. You're one, but how do you exist? You got nothing here. How do you eat though? Who gives you food? I mean, who put your clothes on? You know, who got you clothes?
Myself.
Well, so you have, well, you're not stealing this stuff, are you? Does that know?
No, sir.
Okay, so you had to have some money somehow, right? To get that. Yes? Is that yes? You have to speak up. She has to take everything. You have to speak orally. Well, where do you live? Do you live in a home or you're a home?
With my sister.
Your sister? Okay. Is that her home?
Yes, sir.
Do you pay her rent there?
No, not at the moment.
Come on, sir.
Okay, you're 22 years old, right? Is that yes?
Yes.
You got to do that. You got to speak English. Okay. So you live in somebody else's home. You don't have a job. I mean, how are you existing? You've been an adult for 5 years. What are you doing to be independent? I'm trying to help figure this out. I mean, I don't want you to be just a street person, just hanging around the corner. Getting
words to say. I've had a rough life, so
Sir,
I had a rough life.
welcome to the world. Everybody's got a story. You're standing next to a man who's one of the most courageous men around, a great lawyer, and he's had to endure natural issues that he was born with, and we just are proud to know this man. And he turned into a great basketball player. He's a great lawyer in spite of having a health issue that he was born with. But he came over there, went to law school, and smart guy, Baylor grad. The point is you just don't sit there and vegetate. You have everybody has the capability of success, but you got to light a fire under yourself and get going, motivate. Just don't hang around getting arrested and living off other people.
They took our jobs.
Everybody bored. The day I turned 16, I went to work, 80 cents an hour, because at 3 a.m. on weekends in high school. And I've worked ever since, ever. And I'm not special. If I can do it, you can do it. Unless you just choose to just vegetate. And at the end of your life, they go, you didn't do anything. You live a long life, didn't get anything done. You want to be able to look back and show something that you were here and made a positive difference on the planet to yourself and to others around you. Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing, right? Well, here you are. This is a 3rd-degree felony of evading arrest, and you're looking at up to 10 years in prison. Now, Mr. Grove is appointed to represent you, but you're going to do some things on my watch. Get a flipping job. Don't live as a bum. Get a job. Become independent. Did you finish high school? Finish. You're going to finish high school. If I have something to say, at least, and then try to get something else going for you. But you're going to go out and you're going to be an active person who's going to be make a positive difference in the world, or else you can choose not to. But we're going to help you along. But this is a mess you got to get out of first, so you don't go to prison for 10 years, right?
Yes.
Have you ever been arrested before?
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, do you enjoy that? I good. I'm glad you said that. Don't be worried with this. I'm going to give you an announcement time.
Yes, sir.
4 weeks, David.
Yes, sir.
Call Mr.
I'll
Grove.
talk to
And also, before you leave, just have a seat before you leave. You're going to get a resetting from that lady and come back in 4 weeks. Thank you. And Kevin Robert Summerlin.
Yes, Your Honor. He is outside.
Why is
But
he?
he's inside. When I saw him outside.
Is there something going on outside? I need
Well,
to
I
know
guess
about.
people are just still not used to coming straight on in like the old days. So.
I'll make a sign.
Right.
We're going to do today. On Sunday.
Mr. Zimmerman? And he did not know that I was appointed to him while he was in jail. I haven't spoken with him until this morning. He also,
You're not
says
going to
he
be
based.
appointed for long.
He-
Have you seen his affidavit for indigence?
No, that's.
Yeah, he makes 40 he makes 40 grand.
That you want to say about the police report, Ms. McDuffie, or do you want to do it all at one time?
I'll do it all at once, Ronnie. Thank you.
All right, with respect to the precedence investigation report, did you say you had an opportunity to review that with your client? Any corrections, deletions, or additions to be made to that?
I have had an opportunity to review the report with Mr. Teague, Your Honor. We have no modifications to request, and we would ask the court to accept the recommendation.
All right, Ms. McDuffie?
Thank you, Your Honor. So the report is, or I guess some of the observations in the report are troubling enough on their own. I think the most glaring thing in there is obviously that Mr. T stated that he drinks a pint a day just to function. That of course would not be functional at all, but I understand what he means by that. So from that as a starting point, obviously it's an extreme concern. I wholeheartedly agree with the recommendation that he needs to get his substance issues under control first before he can meaningfully engage in any sort of programming. However, my concerns are escalated 100 times over by the bomb violation report. Not only was Mr. Teague allegedly banging on the door of this victim's residence, I think demanding to be let in, regardless of the fact that she may have felt some pity on him and may have allowed him to come in, he made it very clear that he was aware that he was not supposed to be there and had that no contact order. Officers arrived, left, only to come back and find him back there again, and could not even be booked at the jail because he had a PBT of 0.312, which would reflect his comments about drinking in the amount and volume in the way that he does. What's really concerning to me is that Mr. Teague stated that he knew he wasn't supposed to be there, but his kids are there, so he will be going back. That sort of opposition and defiance to the court's orders, I am hoping that we can chalk that up to his alcohol problem, and that is a statement that he would not have made in his right mind and with some clear thinking. But Mr. Teague doesn't have clear thinking right now because he needs to get treated for this problem. With that being said, I'm concerned about the way this is going to go, but I'm placing the faith that I have in that his alcohol dependency being appropriately addressed may address some of these other issues as well. That's it.
Thank you. Mr. Teague, is there something you want to say before sentencing, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right. Well, as the prosecutor said, this is very concerning. You disobeyed my orders and the court's orders to have no contact. You were found to be highly intoxicated, and you certainly have a substance use issue going on. So for the most part, I'm going to follow this recommendation. It is the sentence of this court that you serve 93 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. Credit for the 10 days that you have been given. The balance of that is to, well, this is the way I'm going to do it because the way this is set up right now, I don't think allows you to be released to a treatment program. They're going to immediately release you. I'm going to give you an additional 45 days to be served immediately. With the balance suspended. 24 months on probation. The probation agent is Officer Annette Johnson. Fines and court costs in this particular case for a total of $475. You to meet with probation when and where directed, including any and all home visits. There is the $30 monthly oversight fee. You attend and complete the Accountable Choices Batterers Intervention Program at a one time per week for a minimum of 52 weeks. You must remain in compliance with their attendance policy, sir, in order to be compliant with the court's orders.
Yes, ma'am.
Can and complete the substance use disorder assessment. You may be released to an approved residential treatment so that you don't have to do the whole 45 days if they can find a treatment place to place you at.
Yes, ma'am.
By the court. You're restricted from having any alcoholic beverages in the home. You to submit to, pay, and be responsible for random drug and alcohol tests, as is requested by the court. You provide monthly verification of compliance with all of the terms of your probation to the probation department. That monthly compliance report is to be done online. There's an online platform that does that. You attend court reviews as ordered by the court and provide proof of compliance, and you need to make earnest efforts to keep legitimate employment. You also will be placed on an alcohol tether. You are restrained from harassing, stalking, threatening, or engaging in any conduct that will place Kimberly Cope in reasonable fear of bodily injury. There's no assaultive or threatening behavior towards her or anyone else, and you must not have any contact with her whatsoever. There's no going to her residence, her place of employment, and you must not have any possession of alcohol, marijuana, illegal drugs, drug paraphernalia, no being around anyone who's using those, or using a firearm component, ammunition, or a dangerous weapon. And you are not to you're not to possess them yourself. You are going to have a review in this case on January 8th, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. to see where you are with all of this. You got a lot going on, sir. I really do hope that you take advantage of what's going to be an opportunity for you to try to get this substance use disorder under control. It is a disease, sir.
Yes.
Without proper help, you're just going to keep going in circles and you're going to find yourself in prison at some point. So
Yes.
just I hope you take this seriously.
I am.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
And thank you.
Aaron Alvarado.
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready.
Hello, let me see what we have here. All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 5315, State of Texas versus Aaron Alvarado. That party is announced for the record for the state.
Zach Dunn for the state.
Bridget Garza for defense.
All right, and are you Aaron Alvarado?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest to count one on October 2nd, 2023. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is be assessed at a cap of 5 years in the prison. State is silent on your application, and they're taking in consideration NIMAG number 691315. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
Nothing he said.
Defense?
I do, Your Honor. I have it.
Yes.
Page 4, the victim impact statement.
Yes.
I'm objecting to number 5. Ms. Calderon, that is the victim's mother.
Mhm.
She is the one requesting the $500 restitution. It's our position she is not the victim. She cannot request the $500 restitution. And also number 8.
Well, let's go back to the restitution. The restitution that she's requesting is for what exactly?
It appears to be the broken window.
All right, so was that her home?
It was not the home. It was a broken window of a vehicle. I'm not sure who owns the vehicle.
Okay. All right. And then your other objection?
The other objection is page 4, number 8. This is the victim impact statement.
Mhm.
Again, the victim impact statement is being made by Juanita Calderon, not the actual victim of Carla Calderon.
Okay. All right. And state with regards to a complainant making the victim impact and it is not the complainant?
That's correct. Juanita is not. Counsel was correct, Your Honor.
All right. So do you have any response to our objection? Because I'm assuming defense, you're asking that I disregard that entire
Yes.
statement.
The state is unopposed, Your Honor. That's
Oh.
fine by the state.
All right. So that will be disregarded by the court. And then with regards to the restitution for a broken window, the court doesn't have before it, one, what is the broken window related to? because there was a broken window in the police report that's related to a habitation. So I don't know what this $500 is for, and the court does not have a bill for $500.
Neither does the state, Your Honor, so we're also happy to disregard as well, unopposed.
All right. Anything else with regards to the PSI's defense?
Not for any objections, Your Honor.
All right. Any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, other than Mr. Alvarado. He may want to make a statement to the court.
All right. Do you wish to make a statement?
No, ma'am. Just,
If you do want to make a statement, then I will place you under oath. The state is silent. However, the state is allowed to speak on any discrepancies or any fact issues. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
So do you still wish to make a statement?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Aaron Alvarado.
All right, defense? Or do
Uh,
you just want him to make a statement?
Judge, if I may
Yes.
continue, can I make my argument for the court to grant his application? at
But
this
he
stage?
wants to be a witness.
No, he was gonna just apologize to the court
Yes,
at
ma'am.
the end. That's
All
all
right.
he wanted to do.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
I'm sorry, you're not allowed to do that unless you're under oath. So do you wish to be placed under oath and make a statement to the court or not?
If it's not needed, ma'am,
Well, I mean, I can't judge whether it's needed or not.
yes, ma'am. I just wanted to say,
Well, no.
yes, ma'am.
Either you're going to say something, and if you're going to say something, then the state will have a chance to question you.
Okay.
So which would you like to do?
I take full responsibilities for my
Well, all right, he's given his statement. So you're taking full responsibility for your actions?
Yes, it's the biggest mistake I made in my life.
No, these are big choices people are making, not mistakes. So what are you taking responsibility for?
And just for my actions,
What were your actions?
whatever the night of the incident, whatever has happened,
No, whatever is whatever. What is whatever?
what I'm being charged with,
What are you being charged with?
family violence and burglary, habitation, or breaking a window.
All right, so what is the whatever? This is not Seinfeld where we change
I'm
yada,
sorry.
yada, yada to whatever. So what are you apologizing for? What are your actions?
Just to the victim and the family, just where, everything,
What is everything?
just disrespecting and, just,
How are you disrespectful?
just breaking the window and just, disrespecting the household. That was
All right, so breaking the window, and then you say breaking the window and disrespecting the household. So how did you disrespect the household other than breaking the window?
I feel that is disrespect. I feel that is disrespect.
All right, so you broke the window, and what else? Because we're not here for the breaking of the window. We're here for family violence.
Arguing and
Not here for an argument. Because if we were arguing, the last time I checked, is not a crime.
yes, ma'am.
So what are you apologizing for? And this is probably why your attorney was like, there's nothing for you to say, but I want to know what you're apologizing for.
Just everything, ma'am. I apologize.
What is everything? I don't know. I wasn't there. So I have no idea what you're apologizing for.
Just family violence, just arguing with the daughter.
Okay, arguing is not a crime. Arguing does not result in you having a family violence charge. So what is everything and what are you apologizing for?
I didn't do nothing like, I didn't lay my hands on her, but
Oh, you want a jury trial?
No, ma'am. I'm just saying I apologize, ma'am. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you're telling the court that you didn't put your hands on her, and we're here for you putting your hands on her. If you're saying you did not do that and you want a jury trial, we will give you a jury trial.
No, ma'am.
So then what are you apologizing for?
For my actions.
And what were your actions?
I just arguing with her and
Any questions? Because arguing is not a crime.
Can I get a second?
Sure.
I apologize, ma'am, for the choking and the strangulation. I
Of,
apologize for that.
of who? What's the name of the person?
I apologize for the choking and strangulation on Carla Cadron.
All right, so why are you choking somebody?
Um,
And I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but how tall is she?
she's the same height, actually a little bit taller than me.
All right, so why are you choking somebody?
Um,
I don't understand that.
I mean, I've been through the same thing with her and I just couldn't handle it no more.
All right. All right, any other questions?
Nothing we say.
Defense?
Judge, I think
And I do see where she was sentenced to 20 months for
That's
some
correct, Your
offense. And was this for a violent offense as well?
I believe it was for,
Criminal mischief, Your Honor.
All right, what's the criminal mischief about? Does anybody know?
I can pull it up if you'd like, Your Honor. I just.
Sure, is it criminal mischief against his property or something?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
And the reason why I'm asking this is because now mind you, I'm disregarding the victim
Yes, I
impact.
asked him that specific question.
Okay,
I asked him that specific question.
you know I read,
I
so,
asked him that specific question.
so I'm just trying to find out if that's
I
related
don't
to
think,
this.
I don't think they know that either.
Okay,
The victim's name is Brittany Calderon in that matter.
okay.
So might be the sister of ours, but no family relation to the defendant.
Okay. All righty. Well, I'm disregarding it, but the victim impact statement by a relative seems to suggest that the 20 months is somehow related to this defendant.
Yes.
All right.
And I asked, that's one of the first things I asked the state. Judge, if I may, based on Mr. Alvarado's criminal history, it's our position that he is the perfect candidate for a deferred adjudication because he has no other felony offenses.
Mhm.
I know the court inquired about him taking responsibility. He was a little hesitant or significantly hesitant about doing so, but that's part of the process and that's part of the rehabilitation for someone to be on probation, for someone to evolve and someone to take responsibility while they are on probation. And so again, I feel that Mr. Alvarado is a great candidate for probation for that reason, because he has no other felony offenses. And if the court were to give him an opportunity, I feel that he can prove to you that he will be successful in completing his deferred adjudication. It's my understanding that prior to being arrested 225 days ago, he was working as a mechanic. He intends to continue to work as a mechanic once he is released. If you do look at the pre-sentence report on page 7, at the bottom, it says, if the defendant is supervised, he should be supervised at a moderate level, which is level 2. He's not someone that should be supervised at the high risk level because he's not a high risk defendant. So I think the court should consider that when making the decision. So we are asking the court to grant his application for deferred adjudication. He's willing to comply with any conditions that the court may impose upon him.
Okay. All right. And then I see that there's a mental health issues as well, based upon the TAP evaluation.
That's correct.
All right. If I were to grant your application, who would you be living with?
A girlfriend of mine.
Why people jump into relationships? You're not ready for a relationship, so you're not going to be living with your girlfriend. So where are you going to be staying?
My stepmother.
Does your stepmother want you there?
Yes.
What is your stepmother's name?
Amanda Alvarado.
That's the 114 is Buchanan address. Your Honor.
All right. Before you get into another relationship, you need to work on yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am, I do not.
All right, that's a good thing because you're not ready. All right, the court is going to sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Carla, Carla, Araceli Calderon. And my understanding, she's currently in, sounds like maybe state jail facility. The BIPP course, MIC caseload, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Defendant is to reside with Amanda Alvarado. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. And then thereafter at probation's discretion. And I'm going to do partial GPS for the first 6 months. And if there are no issues, then it'll be tracking. And counsel, you can approach after 6 months time period to see if I will consider removing that. Taken in consideration, night mag number 691315. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
Outpatient program.
Yes. Dual diagnosis, outpatient treatment with probation. All right. Is there anything else?
Can you waive the GPS fees?
All right. I'll ask that the fees be waived or deferred.
Will that be done through the jail?
Yes, since he's in custody, we can do it through the jail. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're not ready for a relationship. And I don't say this lightly because I have a green thumb. I can grow a lot of plants. People were shocked that I was able to grow gardenias in San Antonio. Beautiful gardenias. The snow killed them, but we're making a comeback. Beautiful rose of Sharon. Before you get in a relationship, get an orchid. They sell them at the H-E-B. They sell them at Walmart. When you get them, they're beautiful. The flowers are all on them. Wait till all of those flowers fall. And if you can get that plant to rebloom, then maybe you're ready for a relationship. And I say that because you get the little instructions on the orchids. They say ice cubes, which you're not supposed to do. They tell you, oh, put it here, put it there. Blooms still fall off and blooms don't come back. And having an orchid takes a lot of patience, and you got to be very gentle with it. So if you're able to get an orchid and make it rebloom, you may be ready for a relationship. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, are we ready?